Okay, this is final Sprinter van video. It is done, and here's the tour. So this is for our water tank here. I think it's a 40-gallon water tank. Solar panels up top. That's about all there is of note outside. And oh, also I know what else outside. We have a hitch on the back, and we decided against, so there's the hitch right there in the back. We decided against doing like a garage inside the van because we have too many people and it would be too many bikes anyway. Okay, so here's the van. One of the best things we did on the outside here, there's this table. So when it's nice weather and we're outside and we want to eat, we've got somewhere to put all the food. And it's kind of a homemade system here with a wire that you do have to feed back up in every single time. But this is a big deal, don't you think, Joe?
Yeah.
Because then we can eat outside, the van's not crowded, and we don't have to eat inside every time. Then, coming in. All right, so the front of the van here is just regular. This is how it came, stock. It was just a cargo van. And we bought these window covers. And maybe some people could make ones that fit just as well, but these are great for sleeping at night. They magnetically go on, and I won't put them all the way up, but we've got one for each window in the front. So you can see that's there. Oh, no, I'm gonna get Joe in it. So this cabinet here is one of our most useful. It's overhead, it's big, and I would say this cabinet and this cabinet are most used, don't you think?
Yeah.
Because they're like
toothbrushes. And like there's a lot of space in that one.
They're up at the front. This here is a seat with a seat belt, and then storage underneath. This is probably our most popular seat. Also
toilet.
Yeah, well, that's where we were keeping the toilet, but nobody to date has gone and used the toilet inside the van. And I don't have any regrets about not putting a toilet in the van. I don't know if you do, but nobody's used it, nor have we felt the need for it. So now you can see the 3 bunk beds, triple bunks. Boom, boom, boom. This is where the boys sleep, and it's pretty comfortable-ish.
Yeah.
Close this, it's cold. We did seat belts on each, and I don't know if the highway safety board or whatever would approve of that, but it makes us feel better to have everyone buckled in if they're sleeping while we're driving.
And also to keep our sleeping bags from falling off.
That is true, actually. So the 2 bunks below have stairs going up, and so their sleeping bags don't tend to fall out. But Jonah always sleeps on the top, and we didn't put stairs there because it would be hard to climb up the stairs, as Jonah can demonstrate. And then if you had the stairs at the top, you'd be like trapped from getting in. So we didn't have them, but the result is his sleeping bag often falls down. So he buckles himself in. That way we don't have to worry about him falling off. Each one has a little USB charger and a little light. And they use the lights, don't you think, to read and stuff?
Sometimes, and then just like when we don't want to have the powerful lights on, but then we usually just have Luke's lights on.
Yeah.
Before we go to bed.
Like at night, we won't have these overhead lights. Oh, one of our lights is burned out. We won't have the overhead lights. We'll just have that light there. Here's the kitchen. Nice big sink. That's about all there is to that. Storage underneath. The fridge. So this is when we're down, when we're driving. This is down. When we're driving, it's down. And then the fridge here is the top loading fridge. And there's enough room for a few days of adventure. It is a hassle. Obviously, this is our only like non-moving countertop. So this, if you're like pulling stuff out of the fridge and you're working on it, I guess that's a little annoying. But the alternative was to pull out into the walkway. And I still think it's superior to have it top loading.
There's also a table that would go right here.
Oh yeah, we don't have a table here, huh? Well, the windows, there are lots of windows, and we have all of them covered, and they almost always just stay covered. And it's just a little cheap insulation cover thing. So we do have windows, but yeah, I would still say if you got a van without windows, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. This one's coming off, so I taped it. Yeah, but we could get fancier window covers, but for now, we're just jamming these insulation boards in. So these are the seats in the back. There's legs here that a table can go. I would say we almost never have the table in, wouldn't you?
Except for like longest trips, because then it's like a Lego table.
Yeah, it is a Lego table. I also would say in the winter the table's nice.
Yeah.
If it's in the summer, we're eating out. But if it's in the winter, we want to eat in here. Which brings me actually to the most important part of the van. We can't do without the diesel heater. So this thing will keep you warm. It runs off diesel. I would say it uses like a quarter tank if you run it for 24 hours straight. So you can, if you're running it 12 hours overnight, an eighth of a tank of diesel. Overhead kitchen cabinets, just storage there.
There's also
there.
LED
Microwave. I would say microwave we use for 80% of our meals.
Yeah.
So the microwave's a big deal.
There's LED lights right here.
Oh yeah, how do you turn those on? Yep, LED lights.
And then there's also this thing.
Yeah, so I don't know the best way to do this. We just have these two big cushions on each side.
Seat belts under here.
This is where Heidi and I sleep. And we wanted more cushions, so we actually, if I was going to do it over again, these are 3 inches each. I would just do one big 6-inch. Our water system is underneath here. So that's the water tank, 35 gallon. There's the pumps. And then in the back is the water heater, which actually we never use the water heater. It's not like I'm ever dying for hot water. Okay, we can set it down. But yeah. Yeah, let's just see that. But these are kind of big and clumsy. We can take this bed and put it, or the table and put it down, and then it becomes a flat thing. It rests on these little nooks, these little hinges here, and then it becomes like a flat bed, and then we can put these two in the middle and make it like a full king size, which we have never done.
Never.
Actually, we made it in the winter. We watched a movie back here and made it into a king size bed when I went to Aspen with the boys.
Except for me.
Yep, you didn't come. There are seat belts here, so you can pull out these. I would say the most coveted, I mean, obviously me and Heidi are up front. That seat right behind us is the second most coveted, or most coveted for the kids. And then everybody else sits in the back or lays down while we drive.
If there's a fan up here, I would.
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing of all, is you just don't appreciate temperature changes. So in the winter, everyone's happy to be wherever. But in the summer, it is hot in the back and people get pretty motion sick, I would say, too. And so it's a problem. So everyone's trying to sit near the front, near the AC, and not get as motion sick. But we can fit 3 and 3 on each side.
This thing.
Oh yeah, that's got that. And then we have several USB charging ports back here. Oh, that's why this wasn't moving, because it's stuck. Okay, cabinet space all back through here. These are our least used cabinets.
And there's also 2 cabinets back here.
Oh yeah, we can open it from the back. So these, I mean, we put stuff back here when we're full to the brim, but otherwise our most used cabinets, everything that gets used is up to the front. Yeah, maybe we'll take a look. Here, I can open it from here. Oh, that's our AC system. So we'll probably, now that it's winter, change it back, but we have when it gets hot back here, we use a cool breeze. We set it there.
Hot air comes out here, so
Yep.
we had tubes, and the tubes went out here.
Yep. Tubes go out, the hot air vents, and the cool air comes in. And that makes a big difference, especially if you're sitting right in front of it. Here, let's pop this open now. Okay. So, as mentioned, there's obviously no garage. The primary purpose of this van is to sleep and transport people. So when there's bikes, they're hanging out of the back. And I feel like that's worked out fine because I'm sleeping 2 feet away and we just put double locks on all the bikes and that works out. That's for the swamp cooler, which I didn't show. So we've got up here, we've got the swamp cooler, which there's water that gets pumped up to that. And that does a good job keeping us cool, but if we're driving, then the water sloshes around, which is problematic. So it doesn't work that well unless you're doing straight freeway driving. And then the fan. When we first got the fan, it wasn't doing a lot because these went in the back. Actually, we had no window. Well, we had windows, but you couldn't open or close them.
Yeah, and we replaced them with these
Yep, now that we replace them with these windows that open and close, we get good airflow.
There's also this thing.
Yep.
This change the water temperature.
Well, there's the heater, and then there's also, this is kind of the shower,
Yeah.
so to speak.
That we never use.
I've used once, and that's the only time it's ever been used, once by me. But in theory, you could shower if you wanted to.
These clog up this thing,
Yep.
which we should actually probably do right now.
Yeah, we could. I think those are the big things. Anything else to add? I think in a separate video I'll go through the things we do like and the things we don't like.
Yeah.
But there's the general idea of how it turned out.
Also, these chairs
Yeah,
that are really good chairs.
yep, that's true. Okay, I think that's it for this video.